Hello everyone, welcome to the Mechanical Engineer. In the previous video, we have seen the concept of resolution of forces. In this video, we are going to solve two problems on that. So this is the first problem. A system of forces acting at a point is shown in figure. Find the magnitude and direction of the resultant. So this is the given diagram. Three forces are acting. One is 200 Newton at an angle of 45 degree and 600 Newton at an angle of 60 degree. The third one is 400 Newton at an angle of 30 degree. So now our objective is to find out the magnitude and direction of the resultant. So let us consider this as F1 and the 600 Newton as F2 and the third one is F3. In this problem, the angles are directly given from the horizontal side. So as we discussed in the previous video, if the angles are given from the vertical side, for simplicity, you can make it from the horizontal side and you can proceed with the proving. So now, first I am going to resolve the forces into horizontal and vertical component. So first consider the F1. So this F1 is acting with a magnitude of 200 Newton. So I will resolve this into two components. So as it is acting in the right side direction, the horizontal force will be acting from left to right and the magnitude of the horizontal force will be 200, that is force, and cos 45 degree because the angle is 45 degree. So the angle is taken from the horizontal side. So I am considering the horizontal part as 200 cos 45 and it is moving in the upside. So in the vertical component, it is 200 sin 45. So these are the horizontal and vertical component of F1. Now moving to F2. So the F2 600 Newton is acting like this with an inclination of 60 degree. Fine. From the horizontal side. So let us resolve this. So the magnitude is 600 Newton. So the horizontal component will be acting from left to right. So the magnitude of the horizontal component is 600 cos 60 degree. And it is acting in the downside. So the vertical component will be like this and the magnitude will be 600 sin 60 degree. Now moving to the F3. The F3 is acting like this with an inclination of 30 degree from the horizontal and its magnitude is 400 Newton. So now let us resolve this into two components. The horizontal component will be acting from right to left with a magnitude of 400 cos 30 degree and the vertical component will be acting from down to up with a magnitude of 400 sin 30 degree. So now we have resolved all the components into horizontal and vertical one. Now let us write the equilibrium equation. So first write summation of horizontal forces. So starting from F1, so we know that in the horizontal side, the positive is acting in the right side and in the vertical, the upward forces are considered as the positive one. So looking into the force 1, the 200 cos 45 is acting towards the right side. So it is considered as plus 200 cos 45. Next coming to F2, the 600 cos 60 is also acting towards the horizontal side, towards the right side. So that is also considered as positive 1. So it is plus 600 cos 60 degree. Now coming to the force 3, this 400 cos 30 is acting in the left side. So I am considering it as the negative. So it is 400 cos 30 degree. So if we solve this, then we will get a magnitude of plus 95.01 Newton. So this is about horizontal forces. Now moving to the vertical component, summation of vertical forces. We know that in the vertical forces, the upward forces are considered as positive 1. Now coming to F1, this 200 sin 45 is acting in the upward direction. So it is considered as positive. So it is plus 200 sin 45. And this 600 cos 60 is acting in the downward direction. So it is considered as negative. So minus 600 sin 60 degree. Now coming to the force 3, this 400 cos 30 is acting in the upward direction. So it is considered as positive. it is 400 sine 30 degree. So now if we solve this equation, then we can get a magnitude of minus 178.2 Newton. Now we know that the resultant equation is R is equal to root of summation of horizontal square plus summation of vertical square. Okay, so we can substitute the values. It is equal to root of 95.01 the whole square plus minus 178.2 the whole square. Now if we solve this, then we will get a value of 201.9 Newton. So this is actually the magnitude of the resultant. Now to find out the direction, the equation is alpha is equal to tan inverse of summation of V divided by summation of H. So I am substituting the values. It is tan inverse of V is 178.2 because this minus denotes the direction, so I am neglecting it, divided by 95.01. So the alpha value will be 61.93. So now let us mark the resultant in the force system. So my sigma H is acting in the positive direction. So this is going to be my sigma H, and my sigma V is acting in the negative direction. So this is my sigma V. So my resultant will be acting somewhere between these two. So this is the magnitude of my resultant. R is equal to 201.9 Newton. And the angle I have considered from the horizontal side. So alpha is equal to 61.93. Okay, so the first step is to resolve the components into horizontal and vertical forces like this. Then we have to write the equilibrium equation, that is summation of horizontal forces and summation of vertical forces. Then we can find out the magnitude and direction of the resultant. Now this is our second problem. So here 4 forces are given. The F1 is 200 Newton, F2 is 100 Newton, F3 is 50 Newton, and F4 is again 120 Newton. So first let us resolve these forces into horizontal and vertical components. So first I am considering the F1. So this is the magnitude of F1, 200 Newton. So here the angle is not directly given. It is given in terms of distance. So we know that if you consider this as a triangle with an opposite side length of 1 and the adjacent side length of 2, and the theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by 2. So this is going to be your theta value. So we know that tan inverse of 1 by 2 is equal to 25.56 actually, 56 degree. So this is going to be the inclination from the horizontal side, 25.56. So if the angle is not directly given, then we can use this tan relationship to find out the angle. Now let us resolve this. This 200 Newton is acting in the right side. So the horizontal component will be acting from left to right with a magnitude of 200 cos 25.56 because the angle is taken from the horizontal side. Now the vertical force will be acting in the upward direction with a magnitude of 200 sine 25.56. Now moving to the force 2, this force 2 is acting like this with a magnitude of 100 Newton, and here the inclination is actually given from the vertical side. So you can solve the inclination by keeping in the vertical side, but if you consider the horizontal side as cos, then for simplicity you can make the angle into horizontal side so that all the horizontal forces will be cos. So I am making the angle in the horizontal side. We know that the total angle is 90 degree, and 90 minus 40 will give you 60 degree. So I am keeping the inclination from the horizontal side as 60 degree, because if you can take all the angles from the horizontal side, then all the horizontal components will be cos. So this may reduce the careless mistakes. Now resolving this into two forces, the horizontal force is acting towards right side, it is 100 cos 60, and the vertical force will be acting in the downward direction, it is 100 sine 60 degree. Now moving to force 3, the force 3 is acting like this with the magnitude of 50 Newton, the magnitude of 50 Newton, and the angle is given from the horizontal side 60 degree. Now, the horizontal component will be acting from right to left with the magnitude of 50 cos 60 degree, and the vertical component will be acting in the downward side with the magnitude of 50 sin 60 degree. Now, moving to the force 4, the force 4 is acting like this, and here also the relation is given 4 by 3. So, if you take tan inverse of 4 by 3, then the angle will be 53.13. So, this is going to be your theta value. You can mark it here. It is 53.13. And the magnitude is 120 Newton. Now, the horizontal component will be acting from right to left with the magnitude of 120 cos 53.13, and the vertical component will be acting in the upward. So, it is 120 sin 53.13. Now, let us write the horizontal and vertical component equation. First, the summation of horizontal forces, summation of H. So, starting from F1, in the F1, the 200 cos 25.6 is acting in the right side. So, it is considered as positive. So, it is 200 cos 25.56, and in the F2, this 100 cos 60 is acting in the right side. So, it is positive plus 100 cos 60 degree. And in F3, this 50 cos 60 is acting in the left side. So, it is considered as negative. So, minus 50 cos 60, and in the F4, this 120 cos 53.13 is also acting in the left side. So, it is minus 120 cos 53.13. Now, if you solve this, then you will get the summation of horizontal forces as 146.17 Newton. Now, moving to the vertical component, summation of vertical component. So, starting from F1, in the F1, this 200 sin 25.56 is acting in the upward. So, it is considered as positive. So, it is 200 sin 25.56. And in F2, this 100 cos 60 is acting in the downward direction. So, it is considered as negative. So, minus 100 sin 60 degree. And in F3, the 50 sin 60 is acting in the downward. So, I am considering in the negative side. So, 50 sin 60 degree. And in F4, the 120 sin 53 is acting in the upward. So, it is considered as positive. So, it is 120 sin 53.13. Now, if you solve this equation, then you will get the summation of vertical forces as 65.52 Newton. Now, to find out the resultant force, R is equal to root of summation of horizontal forces square plus summation of vertical forces square. So, that is equal to, let me substitute the values. Summation of horizontal force is 146.17 whole square plus 65.52 the whole square. And the answer will be 160.2 Newton. So, this is the magnitude of the resultant. To find out the direction, the equation is alpha is equal to tan inverse of summation of vertical forces divided by summation of horizontal forces. That is equal to tan inverse of vertical forces is 65.52 and the horizontal component is 146.17. So, the alpha value will be 24.14 degree. So, now we have calculated the magnitude and direction. Now, let us mark this. So, the summation of horizontal forces is positive. So, it is acting in the right side. Similarly, summation of vertical forces is also positive. It is acting in the upward direction. So, the resultant will be somewhere between these two. So, this is going to be my resultant. R is equal to 160.2 Newton. And the alpha is from the horizontal side. So, alpha is equal to 24.14 degree. Okay, so this is the procedure for calculating the resultant in magnitude and direction using resolution of forces. The only thing is, first step, you should resolve the component into horizontal and vertical, and the main thing is the directions. So in horizontal side, the right side is considered as positive. Similarly, in the vertical side, the upward is considered as positive. So we should be very clear while writing the directions in this summation of horizontal and summation of vertical equations. Finally, based on the directions of summation of horizontal forces and summation of vertical forces, we can mark the magnitude and direction of the resultant force. Thank you.